lately the feeling that I've been having is like it could get ripped away from me at any moment. And then I'm obviously like a little bit older in my career, so it's like, oh my God, like, will this be it for me? If I don't make this World Cup team, do I feel fulfilled in my career? Hi, welcome to Snacks. I'm Kristie Mewis.
That was so good. I'm Sam Mewis.
And I'm Lynn Williams, and this is a show about women's soccer, but it's also a show. Oh my gosh. It's also a show about
Sisters.
sister girls,
Friendship.
sisterly love.
What did you say, Kristie?
I said friendship.
Oh.
Well, this is going to be an exciting episode. So today on the pod, we are going to catch up on Champions League, the whole ACL situation, NWSL, the Challenge Cup.
Lynn Williams keeps scoring goals, and we have an iconic guest on with us who's here right now from the very top of the episode. She is a Challenge Cup champion, a CONCACAF Women's Champion, an Olympian, a bronze medalist, a USSF Young Female Athlete of the Year, the record holder at Whitman Hanson High School for the 300-meter and 600-meter dash, 3 times She Believes Cup winner. She has a sister named Sam.
And a lover named Sam.
And a lover named Sam. It's Kristie Mewis.
Whoa. Do you still hold that record? Both of those records?
The track ones?
Yeah.
I don't know. Where did you get that information, Sam?
Jay Snacks got it.
Oh my God.
He scoured the World Wide Web.
I must then. It's so funny because like I probably would never win the 50, but in indoor track, you would run the 300 and the 50 was immediately after it. So you'd walk over to the 50 like dying. And I would come in last on the 50, literally last, because the 300 is so hard.
But look at you now, thriving.
Can you imagine how upset all the track people are that like you came to one indoor winter track meet and you are holding 2 records still 15 years later?
I don't believe it though, honestly. Like there's no way.
Well, according to the record books, there is a way.
It's all heart, honestly. The 300 and the 4, what do I have? The 300 and the 400?
And the 600.
Oh, those are like heart races. Like it's not about talent, it's about heart.
Lynn, do you agree with that?
Say that to all the Olympians who run really, really fast. I do agree though. I know what you're saying. It's like you have to be fast, but you also have to be able to like push through.
We did really good with the 4x4 too, and it was like there was this one race and this team was literally a full lap in front of our team. Like something happened with the baton or whatever. We like lost the baton. This girl was a full lap in front of me. I somehow like caught her on the 2 laps. Everyone was screaming. Everyone was like so excited for me. I was like running like literally like flailing around. I was like, I have to catch this girl. I crossed the finish line and beat her, but then I get disqualified because I threw the baton because I was so tired. I chucked the baton out of exhaustion and we got disqualified. So after all that, we should appeal.
Did you? So you crossed the line and then threw the baton and got disqualified?
Yes.
Who was the ref? Who's making that rule?
I don't know, Lynn. Honestly, I have no idea. It was ridiculous. I mean, I didn't really care that much, but.
Okay, well, we're going to move on then. We're going to do a quiz a little bit for me, I guess. Actually, kind of for all of us. But
yeah. Lynn, who's a better driver, me or Kristie?
That's a little hard because I've been in the car with Kristie.
Okay. I think
this was going to justify everything.
That.
Wait, Lynn, you have the kid. I laugh every time you tell the story. Can you tell the story about when you guys were in Kansas City? And like she missed the exit.
Oh my gosh.
Please tell the story. I laugh every time.
So Sam is driving us to training in Kansas City.
To a game.
And no, I thought it was training.
You said it was training, I think.
We were going to
just
training.
The place we go every day.
And every single day we go here. It's the same exit every single day. And so we're driving. Everything's good. Then I go, oh, that's our exit. Sam freaks out and goes, no, it's not.
Yeah.
Continues to drive. And I'm like, okay. Because she goes, I get off on exit 418 or whatever it is. Continues to drive. And I go, well, that was exit 418. She gets maybe like a mile further down. She goes, fuck that was the exit. I always do this. I never learn. Blah, blah, blah. And then spirals. And I'm like, it's gonna be okay. We'll just get off on the next one. Turn back around. She goes, I always do this. I never learn. I'm not good at driving. I hate directions.
And then it ruins like her next hour.
Yeah.
Well,
and I was like,
turns
Sam, we get
into-
off on that exit every day though.
It turns into this moment of like self-disappointment where I'm like, one, I don't know directions, but then like my response was also so poor. Like I go, no, it's not. I get off on exit 418. Like I couldn't have been wrong. And it's like, why can't I just go, oh yeah, I'm terrible at directions. I missed the exit. My bad. Like
Yeah,
I had
was
to like deny it.
Yeah, you have to like flip out at Lynn.
Yeah.
And I can just picture Lynn because like now that I'm like with Lynn a lot, like she probably was just like, okay.
Like
she,
I'll give you
like,
30
knew.
seconds. Yeah.
I 100% knew. I said, okay, keep driving. And I was like, we're going to be 30 minutes late because the next exit is 4 miles up the road.
Well, good thing we left 30 minutes early just in case I missed the exit.
Just in case you know yourself. So yeah, Kristie is a better driver.
That's totally fair. I think I already know the answer to this one. Who's more chill?
Kristie.
But not by much.
Not by much these days, honestly.
you
I'm
guys are,
losing my
like-
chill a bit.
You guys are like crazy in different ways though.
Mm.
like you guys will both have outbursts, but Kristie will just be like grumpy and then like say something kind of mean and then move on. And Sam, you just like have to have some things in like order.
I know.
So it's like, okay, you guys both
Yeah.
need to relax.
We're both not chill.
You see Sam's brain too just like collapse. Like it collapses in her head and she just goes,
Yeah, but then when you guys are like together, you feed off each other. Like Sam, when we went to visit and the whole sleeping situation, and I was like,
I
"Can you guys both
know.
leave me alone?" Like I'm already
and like
decided.
shut up. Like neither of us would shut up about it.
We
Yes.
were like, I think we've already told this story on here, but how I was like, well, Lynn, you can sleep in my bed. I'll sleep on the couch. Kristie can sleep on the floor and Pat can sleep upstairs. And everybody was like, that's the worst solution of all the possible solutions. Like, why would we do that?
And
Like,
then we kept
sleep
being
in
like,
your
Lynn,
bed.
like, Lynn, what do you need? Like, do you need a blanket? Do you
Do you need a glass of water?
Do you need a glass of water? And Lynn's like, I have one. But she's so calm about it. She's like, I have one. I'm okay.
I'm all set.
Set. Thank you guys. And we're like, okay, Lynn. Okay, Lynn.
Let me
good
close
night.
the curtains.
Good
Let me
night,
get you
Lynn.
this.
I was like, "You guys leave me alone."
Standing over her, like, are you asleep yet?
Like I had already told you a million times, like I'm fine. I'll take the couch. And you're like, "Do you want the blow up? Like, do you want this one? I feel bad. I want it." And I was like, "I'll take the couch."
And
Do
then
you
I
need a
think
blanket?
We took it so far as to like, I think I like texted her and I was like, text me when you guys wake up.
I know. I
Lynn,
was like,
Lynn, text me when you wake up so I don't wake you up. Like, just like psychoticness.
Yeah.
I'm never coming back.
Like
Just kidding.
hovering. Like we're like helicopter friends, but you're worse,
Yeah.
Sam. We're helicopter friends.
Yeah. All right. Last quiz question. What kind of problem would you come to talk to me about? And what kind of problem would you come to talk to Kristie about?
Kristie would be like a fashion, skincare problem situation.
Yeah.
Like where did you get this massage? Like where's your facialist? Your all these things. And Sam, I would come to you for more like in-depth conversation. So
I was gonna say that actually. I was like, you come to me for like unrealistic, stupid, ditzy stuff, and go to Sam for like actual like life deep
Yeah.
things.
yeah, well, me and Sam have tried to have a conversation about deep things in front of you, and you say, "Guys,"
Yeah.
and we're like,
Guys, can we
"What?"
not do this right now?
And you're like, "Okay, we're moving on."
Kristie, do you think that like we're kind of all sisters because we can all kind of like, well, actually, I don't know if this is true of you two. Could you and Lynn just get in a fight and then like immediately get over it, like how you and me would?
I don't know if we would like ever fight, though. Like I feel like Lynn and I will be like, we'll get in like a heated conversation about soccer or something, but then it's just like, then one of us just like makes a joke and then we just start laughing. Like,
Yeah.
But me and you, like, I could stay mad. Like, I could never like stay mad at Lynn. Like, I could stay mad at you for months, because like, because you're just like so annoying. Like, I just want to like. Ah.
Well, that's not what I said in my question at all. I said I thought being a sister was being able to get in a fight and then just literally be over it immediately. But it doesn't sound like that's the definition.
Well, I'm not like really mad at you, but like even the other day when we got in a fight, I was like, I'm not texting her first. Like this could take months, honestly.
And you would have like held out.
I would have held out, yeah. But then you were like nonstop texting me, so I knew you felt bad.
Okay. Lynn, anything to add?
This is what I do. Like, you guys get into your sister fight, and I just like stare at you, and I'm like, "Are you guys good? Are you done?"
I'm trying to make Sam bite right now, and she like won't bite. She's just going, oh, she's doing her okay.
Yeah, I'm in professional mode. I'm at work.
What was the thing that she started saying a little bit, where you'd be like, "What do you mean?" And she would say, "I mean what I said." Like, she would never explain herself. She just goes, "I mean what I said."
Me?
Yeah, you like went through a phase of saying that, where like you would say
she
something.
goes, no, like yeah, you would say something. Sam, I'll ask her something, and then she'll respond, and I'll be like, "What do you mean?" And she's like, "What I said," and like won't like
Elaborate.
She won't elaborate or anything. She's just like, "What I said."
Wow.
Sam, you do that all the time. Like, do you not realize? Or that was like maybe one of your like phases.
Do you think I'm cold-hearted?
No. Well, I don't know. Maybe to Kristie.
Oh my gosh, this is a revelation for me.
You're not cold-hearted. You're just like
Matter of fact.
This
Matter
is
of
funny
fact
too.
that-
Like you texted us in the group, or you texted Kristie in our group saying like, "Do you want to be on? Do you want to be on the whole show, or do you want to just do the interview part?" And Kristie goes, "I don't know what you're talking about." And you say, "Cool."
Because I was like, how else am I supposed to explain this? Like, I literally gave all the details that I thought were necessary. I'm done texting about it now.
Yeah, but like you didn't explain it very well. I was like, "What do you mean?" And you were just like, "Cool." And then another thing that like me and Rose always talk about you is that like when you're done talking about something, it's just like over. Like you're just like, I'm not talking about this anymore. And like you get to decide when we're
You got to
done.
draw the line somewhere.
Or you're just like, I'm over this. I'm over this conversation. And it's like you don't get to just decide that all the time.
This is like Bash on Sam episode.
I know. I'm over this conversation, and can we move on? Thanks, girls. Thanks for the helpful feedback. I will log it away in my memories.
I mean, it's funny. Like, we love that about you.
Oh, thank you. Okay, Lynn, soccer stuff. Kristie, we want to talk a little bit about Champions League. Like Sam's games. The semifinals have been going on. Chelsea lost 1-0 to Barcelona in their first leg. Arsenal and Wolfsburg tied 2-2. What did you watch? What do you think?
The Chelsea Barca game, I only watched a little bit of the Arsenal Wolfsburg one today. But they were up. Wolfsburg was up 2-0, right? And then Arsenal came back 2-2. But yeah, I mean, that's obviously going to come down to both of them are going to come down to the second game. But the Chelsea Barca game, I mean, both of the teams are just like unreal. Like watching Barcelona play and just like keep possession is unbelievable. But then like the defensive effort and the transition from Chelsea was just like unbelievable too. And like I think that if Chelsea gets the first goal on, what day is it? On Thursday, then it's just going to be like a bloodbath, honestly. It's so good. Did you guys watch?
I did. I watched the Chelsea game. Yeah.
Yeah, Barca are unbeaten in 25 league matches.
Oh, yeah.
Which is a crazy stat. I feel like they looked great, but I agree that Chelsea looks really dangerous on like kind of that transition direct play forward.
Yeah. Like Barca was playing they were being risky about it. Like they were playing a really high line and there was like a couple offside calls where it's like if like Sam and the forwards were like one step back, it would have been really dangerous.
It's just going to be interesting now that they're going there to play and there's going to be like 90,000 fans.
I know. Because I think their game was tough because it was like on a Saturday at 1, and obviously there's a bunch of men's games and stuff too. So like I think they only sold like 30,000, but 90,000, like that's unbelievable.
Yeah, that's really sick.
Oh, yeah, I know. I can't wait to watch.
Cool.
Another thing we wanted to talk about, obviously, like Leah Williamson tore ACL. Unfortunately, that's like terrible. But we wanted to just get into the whole ACL situation in general. There's been so many big name players that are going to be missing the World Cup or out for a long time because of ACLs. And basically wanted to get like your opinion, your thoughts on like what's the deal? Why are we
Yeah,
what's happening. I feel like in the past 2 years, so many players have just done their ACLs, like at an
but is it
alarming
like,
rate.
I know, I don't really know like the stats behind it or anything like that, but like, is it now just coming to light how many are happening because like women's soccer is like more talked about and stuff like that, or has it just been consistent? Like, has it been happening? Like, are the rates actually going up, or do we just think that they are because now it's like all being talked about and it's all like so public and stuff now? Like, that's what I don't really know.
That's like, I feel like that's a good question. I think a lot of women's soccer fans were calling for like more research and more information to be done, saying things like if men's players were tearing their ACLs at this rate, we would have a lot more like going on to change things and fix things, including like research and implementing preventative measures. I know that Lynn and I, like, we're not like scientists and we don't know like about all the studies and everything, and we want to talk about this more and maybe have somebody come on who like is an expert in this field. But it's like a huge loss, especially for the tournament this summer, to have so many big name players missing. And I think it's something that like we should continue to talk about and try to like shed light on how we should fix it.
I know. I feel like it happened too before the Olympics. Like, there were a couple of big name players. And then I think Sam actually told me a stat. It was like 9 out of all the Ballon d'Or nominees, 9 of them had torn their ACLs like in a given certain amount of time. I forget what the actual stat was, but I do wonder how much of it is like overuse or not overuse, just like overtraining and like so many games and just like the schedule, basically. How much is it of that? And then how it's just like crazy sometimes to see like the way Leah Williamson did it. It was just like you go into like emotion like that every game, like all game long, and it's just like that one, like just it was just wrong. And it's so like, even when I think back on mine, it's like what I do that 100 times a game, but just that one time it was like not the right way, and like my body obviously like gave out on itself. But I do like really believe in I feel like so many teams and stuff are implementing like the quick movements and like the nervous system wake up kind of. Like, I feel like in training and before games, we're constantly doing stuff to like connect our body to our brains. And I think that stuff is like so important because, yeah, you can like think that you have control over your body, but like you have to actually connect the two before you actually perform and like start fatiguing. So I think that's been like super helpful. But again, I mean, it's not really like helping the rate go down, is it? Like, it seems like it's still the same, if not going up.
Yeah, I think that there has been some research done. There obviously needs to be more. And like Sam said, we want to get somebody on here who can give us like more and more facts and speak to that. But I read something that women are 4 to like 7 times more likely to tear their ACLs during games. And I was just reading right now that it says 57 players in the top 6 leagues have torn their ACLs this year, and that was in 2022.
Oh my God.
So that's a lot of players. So I do think that the rates are going up. Like, I don't obviously know the actual stats, but it's like interesting from COVID to now. Why is there this like?
It feels like there's such a fine line of like undertraining and overtraining. Like, I feel like the thought is that if you get your like loads right during a game week, your muscle injuries will go down. And I actually feel like that's true. Like, I think in my experience, generally more recently, there's like less muscle injuries because I think they've figured out like the loading. But I feel like if you're undertrained and you're not prepared for these like deceleration moments or cutting moments, that's likely to lead to another injury. But if you're overtrained and you're exhausted, the same movements are dangerous again. So it's like, it just seems like it's like a tightrope of like the right amount of training.
Because like the players that are having ACLs are like big name players. And I feel like that's
like international players.
So my question is like, what is the situation with international play and league play? And are these players getting enough rest in between? Because like in our league, the NWSL, when the NWSL is on break, we're in a FIFA window, and then we come back and we just jump straight back into play. And Kristie, before you came on, I was talking to Sam, sister Sam about your lover Sam and how she was playing in Australia and then flew all the way back to London and then like what was it 2 days later playing in a game. She obviously scores, does great, but like that, I feel like there's something to be said about that. She's not the only one doing that. And is she just now at a higher or likelihood to injure herself? So I don't know. I think there definitely needs to be something done. It's like a epidemic at this point.
I know, it's really sad. Like it's just so sad because it's just like it happens like so often and it's such a long recovery. Like I didn't feel like myself until like over a year. I know some people come back way faster, but like I truly don't believe that I felt better until a full year, and that's so long to be out. Like obviously in the grand scheme of your career, like a year isn't that like long, but it's things like this that you miss. Like now, like so many people are going to miss a World Cup, and that like you never know. Like that could just be like their last one, their only one. So
I know
it's like devastating.
It's terrible, and we like wish Leah a healthy recovery. We're thinking of her and everybody who's out with ACLs. Hopefully, we can like get, like Lynn said, get somebody on here to talk more about it, and hopefully these numbers start to go down soon. Should we want to talk about Challenge Cup?
Yeah.
You guys won. Kristie Mewis
did
assists
it.
Lynn Williams in the 56th minute. Game-winning goal.
First player to ever be assisted by both of you. I take that stat to heart. My favorite stat.
It's my favorite stat, too.
The only
I
one
was
that matters
thinking about
to
it.
me.
Like I was like, why is it? Oh, but it's just in the NWSL. Have I ever assisted you with the national team? Sam probably has, but I probably haven't, right? No, we probably.
idea.
Let's call Hype.
It just. I know.
Get him on the podcast.
Hype would be like, according to my calculations,
I bet he knows. I literally bet he already
100.
knows.
Yeah. Oh, he would 100% know. He knows everything, and if he doesn't, he like immediately finds out for you.
I know. God, I love that guy.
That was like such a funny assist though. Me and Kristie were talking about it because I was like, I'm going to assist you. And then you just kicked it back to me. And I was like, okay, I'll do it.
The other Challenge Cup scorelines, the Current beat the Dash 2-0. OL beat Angel City 2-0. Pride and Courage tied 1-1. And the Wave beat the Thorns 1-0. And the Thorns lost their first match of the season. It was Challenge Cup.
I feel like I was telling some of the girls, I feel like the first game was so important for us to win. Like, I just feel like getting the first 3 points in your Challenge Cup group is like so important because it just like
Shoots you to the top.
yeah, right to the top.
Yep.
Did you feel like it was different than a league game? Like, did it have a different feel for you?
Yeah, a little bit, I guess. I mean, like both teams kind of had like different players in the lineup. And it was midweek, so I feel like obviously everyone's like a little bit more tired. Like that's our first like midweek game in however many months, right? Like we haven't been doing that like since in preseason and stuff. Like we would only play once a week, so it was obviously a lot. And then a lot of teams had to travel. Like it was hectic, of course, but I mean, we came through. We did what we needed to do. Got to do it again next week.
Yeah. Next week's going to kind of suck.
Yeah.
Well, we're also just coming right off your league game that was Saturday. We're recording this episode on Sunday. It's going to come out Thursday, so we're going to miss a few games tonight, but we can definitely talk about Gotham versus Courage last night. Lynn Williams scores again in the 80th minute after a 2-hour rain delay. It was Lynn's 60th league goal. The record is held by Sam Kerr at 77. What's up with the rain delays, you guys?
Dude, I don't know. I've been talking to people about this, and I'm like, does this happen here? Because we got to talk to the weather people.
I mean, like East Coast is like, I feel like it happened a lot when I was in Houston.
Well, yeah,
But
same
I
in
feel
North
like-
Carolina.
Yeah, but I never knew that this happened that much on the East Coast. Like I honestly think it's just like
Global warming.
the springtime, like whatever the hell's going on. Like I don't know, but it was wild. Oh my God, I was losing my mind in the locker room. Losing my mind.
What do you mean?
Like
She was
just-
being so crazy.
Tell us, what was she doing?
She was just
Pacing?
like, she's just been in a mood. All week she's been in a mood. Like a little
Am I
crazy.
really?
Just a little bit crazy.
I was just like so worked up. It was just like the third game of the week. Like I was tired and I like couldn't believe what was happening. I
She
just
kept
like
going, are you
couldn't believe it.
serious? Like, are you serious? Are we going to play this game? They're going to make us come back tomorrow. Are you serious? And I was like, yeah, Kristie, like the game is going to be played. I don't want it to be rescheduled. I hope we play it tonight. She's like, oh, can we go home? Are you serious?
I couldn't imagine playing in the morning. Like I could not
That
even.
is like the worst idea
Ever.
That was just like not part of my reality. I was just like, that's not happening. Like we have to play tonight. If anything, we have to. And then they kept coming in and it was like, oh, 30 more minutes, 30 more minutes. Like every 10 minutes they'd come, oh, 30 more minutes. So then that was winding me up. How it kept just like adding time.
You would think that they would have a protocol by now, like if they know that there's going to be lightning for a long time. Like I feel like they kept being like, we don't know what's going to go on. Like we don't know if we're going to play. We don't know if we're going to come in the morning. And I'm like, this has happened in the past already. Like why isn't there a protocol for this? Like just send me home if you know you're going to bring me back. Because if I have to stay here until 11 and then you send me home and I have to be back here at 10 a.m. and be pissed.
Yeah, it was wild. It was just like, I mean, you completely cooled down and like your game day soreness had already kicked in. So like I was already sore. Like I had game stomach. Like my stomach, like I was,
you're cold. You're like freezing.
Like, yeah, like you just like feel like you feel hungover. So then I'm like, we're going out on the field. I'm hungover and my everything hurts. And now I have to like re-warm up. I was like having Summer like rub biofreeze like on my Achilles. Like I was in so much pain.
We had like 9 minutes to warm up. And I was like, what? 9 minutes?
Yeah.
Did they give you guys chicken fingers again?
No. We had Uncrustables. Uncrustables. Uncrustables are really, I mean, they're great. They are so good. But yeah, we had like just like pretzels and stuff. We were like 15 minutes away from like needing some hot food though. It was like literally 10:30 at night.
Was it only a 2-hour break? It felt forever.
I think it was like a little bit over 2 hours. Yeah.
2 hours is long.
A long time.
A long break.
Yeah.
It's like a whole game could have been played in there.
Well, I know they were like the Thorns game is over. And I was like, oh.
Odd.
I'm still here.
Yes.
Okay, well, speaking of the Thorns game, Lynn, do you want to cover this one?
Sure.
Take over the news coverage.
So Sinclair scored in the second minute. Crystal dummied it, and it's Sink's 60th goal as well. She keeps trying to one-up me.
Twins.
But that's amazing. Obviously, she's like a prolific goal scorer and just a legend in the game. And they take the top spot with 10 points. Boo. Second place is OL, and then third place is us.
I know. It feels so good, honestly. Like I've been checking it all day and I'm just like really happy. Like I actually, last year I like would not look at the standings because like I knew where we were. And this year I'm like, I look every like 10 minutes just because it like really fires me up. Yeah, it really fires me up. I'm happy with third right now because like you kind of want to like be chased, but like not really. Like Portland and OL, like they're in bad spots. Like people are going to play their best games against them. Whereas I feel like third, we're in a good spot. Like people are threatened by us, but like not overly threatened. You can tell I've been thinking about it, obviously.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I would love to be in first.
Now?
I think if you can get in first and stay in first forever, why not? But I would like us to score faster is what I would like.
Yes.
Well, Lynn,
oh my
it
God,
seems like
yes.
that's on you, sis.
Yeah.
Yeah, my bad. I've been trying. Yeah. I'll work on that.
OL beat, this was a crazy game. The Red Stars 5-2. Jess Fishlock and Bethany Balser both scored 2 goals. Pino comes off the bench to make it 5. How about Jess Fishlock's celebrations?
I don't know. I don't even know, but the funniest part about the chicken dance thing to me was that Pino like didn't know what Fishlock was doing, and she just immediately starts copying, but like doing it wrong. Like I need everybody to go back and watch the video, and you'll see Jess like doing the chicken, and then you'll see Pino on the side just like bouncing around.
Oh my God, I did not see that.
They had some crazy energy out there. Bethany Balser was doing crazy celebrations too. I guess they just had good energy over there.
Yeah, they're the only 2 people to ever have a brace in the same game. So that's a fun fact. And Pino, what a crazy girl to shoot the ball from that angle.
I know. She is just wild.
I heard her post-game interview, and she said it reminded her of the goal from the World Cup against France that she scored from like kind of no angle on a free kick that just like went straight in the near post. It was like wild and unexpected, and it was kind of like a similar shot. So it was kind of a deja vu moment for her there.
Pino's free kicks and just like her shooting in general is just like so threatening just because it's like her. Like when she's taking it, I'm just like, oh my God, like
well, you're like, where on earth is this gonna go?
Yeah. Like because she could just do the riskiest thing and it's just gonna go in.
Her technique, like hitting the ball, it's just like so threatening and scary. Like and just when she's standing up there and does her little like pre-kick ritual, I'm just like, I can't like be here right now. I want to like crawl into a hole. Like this is gonna go in. Like it's just so good.
It's and if you're on her team, dislocate her ankle to like whip it. Like her foot is weird.
Like her whole hip like comes out and like she just like whips it. Yeah,
it's just beautiful.
It is.
Gorgine.
Okay, so we are recording this before the 2 Sunday night games, so we will have to report on those next week. But one of those games is with Kansas City, who have parted ways with their head coach, Matt Potter. All we really know is that the assistant coach will assume interim head coach responsibilities. The girls won their first Challenge Cup game, and hopefully they just continue to rally, and I wish the girls the best of luck.
Okay, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we are going to ask Kristie the really, really hard questions. So we'll be right back.
Okay, welcome back to Snacks. We are still joined by Kristie Mewis. We can't get rid of her, who, if you didn't know, is actually my sister.
Hello.
I don't know how they wouldn't know that from the whole beginning part.
We're sisters.
And me too.
Can you do an Australian accent, Kristie? Hi, I'm Kristie Mewis, and you're listening to Snacks.
Sam, that was terrible.
Okay,
what kind of an accent was that? My favorite one is when they say no. It's like no.
Yeah, like an R is in it.
No, N-A-U-R.
I guess you both should do an Australian accent.
I can't. It's like so hard.
All right, well, I tried.
Sam, can you do a Pat accent?
No. Babe, shut up. Babe, why are you driving like this?
Babe,
how do you not know the way home? We've lived here our whole lives. Just turn wherever you want to turn, babe. I don't care.
Babe, I don't know. Babe, what? I don't know. I don't
babe,
care.
Will you get me a glass of water?
Why are you making such a big deal out of this?
Babe, chill. You're never not doing anything.
You guys call each other babe so much. It's crazy.
I know, it's so cringe.
No, it's not. It's actually hilarious because it's just like...
Because it's always like an aggressive statement.
Yeah,
too.
it's like
babe, what are you doing?
When he takes it too far and he like feels bad, he's like, babe.
Yeah, like when you guys are trying to be like endearing, you call each other boo.
Come here. He's been summoned. Can you give us a snappy response into the microphone?
Or a dirty look.
Lean in.
About your lack of
driving
directional abilities.
Lean in. Yes.
Well, I mean,
tell him what happened today.
She needs directions in like around her house, like in her neighborhood. So you're like, yeah, you can go like we're a block away, so you can go a block up and a block over. You can go a block over and a block up. Like, babe, you don't need help. Just do whatever. Like we're close.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Love you.
Okay, thank you. Anyways.
And when he feels bad, he's like, boo. He sometimes calls you like boo-boos.
Yeah, when they're like when they're like trying to be nice to each other, they go boo. But when they're like aggressive, like babe. And I'm like,
babe.
Oh, okay, babe, sit down.
Okay, girls. Kristie, do people come up to you and say, "Are you having an okay time?"
Yeah, sometimes. Actually, like if I'm like like after a game. Actually, the other day, I feel like I was signing an autograph, and someone was like, "Are you having an okay time?" So yes, they do.
Are you upset that we have merch that says that?
Do you guys want to get into this?
Yeah.
I mean, no, I'm not. Yeah, I am upset. I am. Because I feel like...
Well, who said the line?
You guys get all the credit.
Who said, are you having an okay time?
You don't even remember. You wouldn't even know.
I said it.
You wouldn't even remember.
I said the line.
You wouldn't even have remembered saying it if I hadn't told you because you were sleep talking.
Well, I mean, I still said it.
And I was there. And I feel like I get no credit for it.
Do you want to divide the merch royalties by 3?
I think I should get 50% and you guys split the last 50%. Because
Kristie.
Never mind. Offer
was crazy.
rescinded.
But yes, I do love the little tagline. It's very cute.
Let's move on because that was crazy.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna get into more real stuff with you. Not last time, but you did a candid interview saying that early in your career you were like okay with being average and that you wanted to get back to the national team and like step it up, and you knew you had more in you and more to give. And then you did that. Then you went to the Olympics, crushed it. Do you feel like it was like a mission accomplished, or how are your feelings now? Obviously, that the World Cup's coming up, and obviously we want to do well with Gotham. Or do you still feel like you're like on this up and up, or you're like, okay, I just have to be what I am now? Does that make any sense?
No, it doesn't make sense, but I know what you're trying to say.
Great. That's all that matters.
Yeah. Well, I feel like it was just I feel like when I finally made it back to the national team, I was like, oh my God, like I made it back one camp. Like I accomplished everything I wanted to. Like I did exactly what I said I was going to do. I got back and I went to that like November camp and like scored a goal. And I was like, oh my God, I did it. Like I'm done. But then I like kept getting called back in and I must have been like doing okay. And then I was like, oh my God, could I maybe go to the Olympics? And then I was like, well, now that's my goal kind of thing. So it's like I was so happy to just get called back. But then I was like, no, now now my new goal is the Olympics. And then once I like made that Olympic roster, I was just like, oh my God, like I'm good. Like I did it. Like I made the Olympic roster. I'm going to like a major tournament with this team. Like this has always been a dream of mine. And then it's not like, it's weird because I feel like I was like, I've been underestimating myself this whole time, but I also just like, and I've said this before, I think in interviews and stuff, like I was almost like scared to admit, I said it with you guys actually, I think I was like scared to admit that like I really wanted to go to the Olympics or I really wanted to go to the World Cup because I didn't want to fail and then like had that goal and then fail and then like be disappointed and embarrassed. But now I just kind of like, I think I've just like come to terms with like feeling empowered, and it's like, yeah, now I want to go to the World Cup and like I will do whatever I can, and I have been doing whatever I can to make that roster. So it's just been like a constant like, I haven't been like lying to myself, but I also just like don't want to put too much pressure on myself at the same time. But yeah, I mean, it's been like a wild ride. I honestly don't know how people do this for 10 years or however many fucking years. Like, it's literally crazy just because your life just changes. It's so much more intense. Like, I talk to girlfriend Sam all the time, and I'm like, how have you been doing this since you're like 15? And she's just like, she's her, you know what I mean? Like, she's just like so put together and so like normal, and like I'm the crazy one. It's just like wild. Like I don't get how people do this for so long. It's just like so intense and like very stressful, and I think obviously like I've put a lot of that on myself, but it's been crazy, and it's been like obviously my dream. I've been dreaming about this since I was 5 years old. So again, I'm just like admitting it to myself and to everybody else, like I want to make this World Cup team, and I'm just going to do whatever I have to get there.
Yeah. I don't know if this is how you feel, but it's how I feel. I feel like there's like two different types of players. Like the people that know they're in, I feel like can have not less stress. I just think it's different stress. Like it's just a different feeling versus myself, who's like more of a bubble, who I'm like, it's not only just the stress and the dream of the World Cup, but you're like, this could be my last opportunity. Or like me, I feel like I've put so much more stress, or it's like it feels like a bigger weight sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then I think it's important to admit and, like you said, like be vulnerable and say, you know, this is what I want. This is what I'm going to go for. And hopefully I get to that goal. But if I don't, then I'm going to be okay. And I think like that's the scary piece.
It just feels like it could be lately the feeling that I've been having is like it could get ripped away from me at any moment. Like, yeah. And then I'm obviously like a little bit older in my career. So it's like, oh my God, like, will this be it for me? Like if I don't make this World Cup team, like this is so deep, but like, do I feel fulfilled in my career? And that's like such a scary thought.
Oh no, I have those thoughts all the time too.
Yeah,
I think
but
it's
it's like,
natural.
yeah. So I think that that's like being a bubble player, and then like I've also like never really won anything. I mean, yes, I won the Challenge Cup, but I've never won an NWSL championship. I've never like won a college championship. I just feel like being named to this roster, like I feel like everything that I've done my entire life will have been worth it. This is so deep, I hate it. But that's like actually how it feels to me. And maybe it doesn't seem that deep to like other people, or maybe it's like it's true.
It
like
does.
people who are like lock-ins, I think they feel different pressure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Whereas I feel like this is actually gonna like change my life and change how I view my career. And that's like really hard to stomach every single day waiting for the roster to come out.
No, I completely agree.
You know?
I also feel like, and I went through this with the last World Cup too. If I don't, the public embarrassment that you feel. And I feel like going through that and realizing who cares what everybody else thinks has really like helped me with this time around, being like, I'm just going to give it my all. I have to take it game by game, day by day, and hopefully that this happens. But I feel like before I was like, if I don't do this, then my lifelong goal is like not there, my career, the whole like fulfilling part. And then on top of that, I'm failing in front of so many people. And maybe now that I'm older, I'm like, well, yeah, all those things are still true, but like, who cares?
Yeah. On the flip side of it too, it's like both me and you, and I'm sure like a lot of other people, I will make sure that I have done everything that I possibly can to make the roster. Like I will not have, right now I don't have one regret at all, but like up until that roster gets named, I will not have one regret. And I feel like that, whether I like make it or not, like that is what will determine if like I feel fulfilled or not. And there are obviously so many other important things in life, like other than soccer, but like I feel like this is just a whole lifelong thing, like kind of coming into, what's that word? Like fruition? Fruition?
Yeah.
Fruition?
Coming
If I
into
don't say it loud enough,
fruition.
then nobody knows what I'm trying to say.
How do you actually say it? I've never actually been able to say that word. Fruition? Fruition?
I think it's fruition.
Fruition.
Is it coming to fruition?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like as if it's a ripening fruit. Coming to fruition. Ripening.
Yeah.
Fruit.
But anyways, you know what I mean.
I agree. And I think that also something to remember, or at least I tell myself, these are things I tell myself to calm myself down, is I have and every single person on the team or who's in the pool has a special something about themselves. And if I'm picked, then they just want that special thing. They think it will be part of the team. And if not, then that doesn't mean I'm a bad player. It doesn't mean that I don't have something to give. They just don't see that fitting within the group of people. And so I think that it's like, I'm going to try my hardest. I'm going to have no regrets on the part that I'm doing. But at the end of the day, it's up to one person's subjective opinion. And that's the part where you're like, you can't get overwhelmed or like I think if you go like think about it too much, you can go down a rabbit hole.
Thank you both so much for sharing all that. That was like amazing.
Sam, I'm going to start going to Kristie for deep stuff and deep talks now.
What is this? We Hate Sam episode? Sam
I'm just
stinks.
joshing.
Well, that was awesome, you guys. Thank you so much, seriously, for sharing that. On a lighter note, Kristie, Alex told us when we interviewed her that she might need help with her eyebrows at the World Cup. Are you willing to help her?
She asked me for help or just help in general?
Well, she just said she had just gotten her eyebrows done. They looked great. And she was like, I don't know if I'm away for 2 months, what I'll do. And we suggested you.
I mean, it's a plan. Like it's like a program. It's literally a program. Like you cannot
An
slack
eyebrow
on it.
program?
Yes.
What
Like
does that
it
mean?
is.
Can
It
you
is a
explain that?
strict program. Like you can't slack on it. Like you have to do things every single day to make it better. Like it's like a workout program.
What does it entail?
Well, you have to sign up.
She's selling it, everybody. She's
Well, can you help
selling-
me? Can I be like a trialist?
Well, Lynn, you gave me one of the things. Like that stuff that you told me to order on Amazon, like grew my eyebrows so much. What
I
is that
know.
called? The
Rapid brow.
Rapid brow. Oh my God, that stuff changed my life.
I know I would use it, but I just don't know if I have the face for really dark, thick eyebrows. Like we've talked about this before, but
Yeah,
my
we
head is
have.
just so small and there's like not that much space. Like I don't think I need caterpillars, but I need help.
No, I don't think you need caterpillars either. I think you have great eyebrows. You just pencil them in a little bit and just make them like, I love just like the bushy, like not bushy, but like you could just brush them up and like make them look like.
Brush them up. I say that in my sleep. I've been told it so many times.
That's not even brushing them up, Sam. You just slick them sideways. That was a sideways slick. That wasn't even up.
Try again. Try again.
Up like this. Like even like if I'm just walking around my house, you just have to go just go like that. You're going like
Have
this.
you ever done
slicking
it
to the
at
side.
home lamination?
No, but I would love to actually. But is lamination bad for your
I have
eyebrows?
no idea.
I don't know
No
anything
idea.
about lamination. I just like the lamination waxes that they have. I just got the Anastasia clear brow gel because like people have been talking about that one, which that one's nice. But then I also got the Anastasia, the one with the brown in it. You always should go a shade darker than you're comfortable with. So like comfort level, you have to just go over the comfort level, like uncomfortable level.
I'm
Yeah.
going to look crazy.
And then you have to tint them. You have to tint them darker. And you have to leave it on for longer than the box says. It's a commitment. It's a commitment. Not everybody has it. I'm so sick of people coming to me, how do
I
you do
know.
your eyebrows?
Me
Can
too.
you teach me? And it's like, no.
I'm sick
like
of it too.
Yeah, like I don't feel bad
People
for you guys.
just aren't as committed as us.
Yeah, I don't feel bad for you guys.
Shut up, Sam.
People just don't care enough about their eyebrows. And
Sam.
honestly, it's a damn shame. It's a damn shame.
Sam,
if you ask me.
what is your self-care program right now for your face and hair?
I put drunk elephant moisturizer on my face. And
What else?
What about washing it? Like, what about sunscreen, washing your face?
I put on deodorant every day.
You don't put on chapstick.
I do actually, and I put Mederma on my scar.
On your head, your forehead scar?
No, my knee scar. You bitch.
Oh. You brush your teeth.
I brush my teeth. I put my contacts in.
Anything else?
I do my journaling.
At least you're putting on lotion now. Like, that's a step.
Also, rewind. What do you mean journaling? What does that have to do with your face and hair?
It's self-care.
Oh, jeez.
I'm taking care of my mentals.
Okay.
A healthy inside radiates on the outside, Kristie.
That's why I have low maintenance beauty.
You guys, I also Lynn and I were talking about this last night. Sam, I actually want to get you one of these. I got one of those red light boxes. Have you seen them, Sam?
Uh-huh.
And you just hold it. I got this small one because you can travel with it well. Lynn is probably like, I just heard this 12 hours ago. But you just hold it here. You can like lean it up against something, and it's 10 minutes of red / what's that other light? The infrared light. So it's red and infrared light. And I swear it's changing me already. I swear by it. And I've used it probably 4 times.
Yeah, I know all about it. I've been using it for years.
Red light?
Mm-hmm.
On your face.
Kristie, she's joshing you.
Kristie, how tough is it to be in a relationship with someone who's literally your opponent?
I mean, I guess it hasn't really been that hard yet. I mean, who knows what will happen this summer?
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously it is weird, but I feel like it doesn't really like affect us in any way. Like she obviously like wants me to do so well, and she wants what's best for me, and like she supports me so much in my career. But like, yeah, at the end of the day, I think she's like just cheering for me, you know?
Yeah.
Like she doesn't want like she's obviously on Australia, so she like wants to be the best.
Yeah.
And I feel like when I'm watching Australia, I'm the same. Like I want her to do well, but like, yeah, I don't like want her team to do well. It's like
against, yeah, of course.
Yeah, like against us or something like that. But
yeah.
no, I mean, it's not, it hasn't really like affected us too much. And I think that what's most important is that we just like support each other, and like both of our careers are literally so important to us. And I honestly think it kind of helps us too in our relationship because like we just get it. Like we know like how it feels, and we know how passionate each other are. So I think it's actually a good thing. But yeah, we'll see how it goes this summer.
Okay, we're going to take one more quick break, and we'll be right back to play a game, so don't move.
Okay, welcome back to Snacks. We are going to play a game called Big Sis, Lil Sis. We're going to read some stereotypes about big sisters and little sisters, big and little siblings, and see how they apply to us. Kristie,
Okay.
are you ready? Do you think that they're going to be true or not true, the stereotypes?
True.
You think they're going to be true?
Yeah. Do you think they're going to be true?
Not really.
Have you
Okay,
read them
I'll-
already?
Yeah,
I'll-
I'm looking at
I'll
them right
ask
now.
them.
Okay. Well,
I'll
that's not
ask
fair
them.
because you've read them already.
Okay. Well, Lynn, why don't you ask us?
I'll ask them,
Sorry.
and you guys can decide. Okay, so for firstborn, so Kristie, this is obviously you. Controlling and the leader.
Yes. True.
1 point to Kristie. Sam.
This
Do you
isn't a
think that-
points game.
Sam. Sam, do you think?
Do I think Kristie's controlling?
No, like not controlling, like just in the sibling relationship, like growing up and stuff, right? Is that what we're talking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, then yeah, definitely growing up. Yeah.
What do you think you're the more controlling one now? I think you're the more controlling one now.
Yeah.
Do you care to elaborate?
No, I said what
All
I
right.
said.
Next.
Okay, younger sibling. Attention seeker.
I don't think I'm an attention seeker. I think I hide away from attention.
It's weird because like now she's not an attention seeker, but when we were growing up, she was. Like she'd
Oh,
go
like
and,
when you'd shove my face in the snow and I'd run inside and tell on you.
yeah, but like you also would just like cry to like have everyone.
I was a sensitive child.
I know, but you would just like cry to get attention and stuff, and then everyone would be like, "Oh, you're so mean to Sam. Like look at her,
Well,
she's
you
so
were.
sweet."
You were so mean to me.
I know, I was. I will admit that I was mean to you, but you were just so sensitive, and that was so like weird.
Okay, firstborn, more independent, assertive, and responsible.
I'm not more responsible. So I don't think I'm more responsible. I think I can be like harsh and assertive for sure.
Yeah, I can be like wishy-washy. And I'll go like, "Oh, well, if you'd like to sleep on the couch, then I think that we could arrange it, or I could sleep on the floor." And it's just like, well, that wasn't
Sam,
assertive
you-
or helpful in any way.
You literally said, okay, I'll sleep here. Kristie will sleep with Pat. You can sleep. And I was like, that doesn't change the fact that I still need to sleep on the couch.
I know. I'm aware. So assertive goes to Kristie, responsible goes to Sam.
Okay. Self-centered for younger sibling.
I think I will admit I'm a little bit self-centered.
I will admit that for yourself as well.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It is hard. I work hard to like see things from other people's perspectives. Like I work hard at that, but I'm still always like, well, my way of doing things is just ultimately the most prestigious.
It's so true. Oh my God, it's so true.
Okay, for older sibling, tends to take responsibility for things in order to stand up for others.
Like, would you stand up for me to mom and dad? No.
Like when we were younger, no.
Yeah.
No. But like I'd do that now.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I feel like I would take responsibility for you now, even though I don't really have to, and usually that's you.
Okay, for younger sibling, more charming.
Oh, I am a charmer. I can charm people's socks right off.
You are a charmer. You're a charmer, for sure. But I don't know if I'd call it charmer. You're just like, you're so like warm and welcoming and like
Charming.
I guess that is charming, isn't it? You're a charmer for sure.
Okay, for younger sibling, more confident and rebellious.
I don't know if I'd say more confident or rebellious.
I was gonna say
So
neither
no.
of those things.
Like, I literally hate rebelling. I'm like, the rules are here for a reason.
Okay, for firstborn, try to impress their parents.
No.
No.
Kristie, no. Me, yes. I'm a suck up.
Okay, for younger sibling, less concerned about doing things right and more concerned about having fun with their friends.
I mean, I love having fun with my friends in the right way.
You're such a loser.
That was obviously a
Such
joke. That was obviously a joke, and it took you guys all a long time to laugh, but
Oh,
it really
was
got
it
me
a joke?
concerned.
Was it a joke?
I love having fun with my friends, but I am very concerned with doing things the right way. So both things are true. False.
So it wasn't a joke then.
Yeah, Sam, you keep doing that.
So what you was actually true. It wasn't a joke. Continue.
No, this is wrong. It's not true. I'm saying I am not less concerned about doing things right. I am the most concerned with doing things right.
Oh, okay. All right. Fair.
Okay, so for firstborn, the last one, more jealous.
For firstborn?
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't think I was like jealous. Was I jealous of you, Sam?
No, I don't think you were jealous of me. I think, does this mean in general or in comparison to each other? I think in general. But I don't think you're a jealous person.
No, I don't think any of us are jealous people.
I mean, I was definitely jealous of you like in high school though. But it's because you were like cool and pretty and like good at soccer and everybody liked you. And I was like your nerdy tall sister.
I was just blowing my nose.
Like I was literally towering over everybody and just like hulking around the school, like ducking under door frames.
Yeah, but who's laughing now? Tower of Power, man. You're reckless.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
You were a force to be reckoned with.
And then last one for younger siblings, more coddled.
It's hard to explain.
We don't need to get into it now. Or you can.
Just explain it, Sam.
Like a little bit of therapy.
I mean, I think as a kid, yeah, 100%. Like I was like sensitive and I was like friends with our parents. Like I like needed them to be my friend. But I feel like now we kind of all take care of Kristie sometimes when she needs stuff. Like together. It's like a family unit.
It's also fun. Yeah. Pat will not coddle you either. Like no matter how much you want it. Like he's just polar opposite, which is just like so funny because sometimes you just like need a coddling.
I know.
Okay, the last thing is, what did each of you get in trouble for as kids?
I like very rarely got in trouble. I was very good.
Yeah, you were so good, and it just made me look bad. But like I wasn't that bad.
You weren't that bad, but Kristie would get in trouble for her tone.
Oh my God, it was always
Don't you
my
speak
tone.
to your mother in that tone.
It was always my tone and my attitude.
Yeah.
But I didn't have a tone and attitude. Like I just.
Yeah, you did.
I think it was just like the way okay, I guess I did have like a bad tone, but.
Well, we've learned so much in our years. Okay, so that was our episode with Kristie. Next week on the podcast for week 6.
Why did you take my spot? You do that one and I do that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Next week on the podcast, week 6, we have Steph McCaffrey. Don't forget to rate and review wherever you get your podcast. And one last thing, Sam, something funny.
Kristie, one last thing, something funny.
About
what happened
what?
to you today? Anything?
Oh my car got towed today. Why didn't we even cover that? We didn't even cover that my car got towed.
I know.
Okay, well, talk us through it.
Well, I've been ignoring a lot of signs that my car might break down over the past couple of months, and it broke down on me today in the middle of the road. So I sat there for 30 minutes waiting for the tow truck while people flipped me off and yelled at me driving by for 30 minutes. I had to drive with the tow man to the mechanic that is for some reason like 35 minutes away from me, and then I had to Uber home, and now I don't have a car.
So do you know what's wrong with it?
Well, no, because it's a Sunday, so no one is working. So my car is just sitting there, and I have to call tomorrow to see what's going to happen.
Are you going to need a ride to practice?
Well, yeah, probably.
Incredible. I'm happy we sorted that out here.
Well, that was our one last thing. Kristie, thank you for sharing. Everybody, listeners, don't forget to subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeart, or wherever you get your podcasts. Snacks is produced by Jay Wolf, Lauren Day, Patrick Cadino, and John Murray. For more great women's sports content, go to justwomensports.com and be sure to follow Just Women's Sports on all your favorite channels. I'm Sam Mewis.
And I'm Lynn Williams.
And I'm Kristie Mewis.
And you've been listening to Snacks.